Let's bring in Yossi Mekelberg, Associate Fellow with the Middle East and North Africa Program at Chatham House. So, Yossi, great to have you. So, what do you make of the latest strike? And our correspondent just said that it may not lead to escalation on the ground. What's your take?
Thank you for having me. I think we face a stalemate here because it's obvious that Israel and the Israeli government, the Lebanese government have common interest not to escalate, actually the opposite, to de-escalate the conflict and moving towards a long-term solution. But in this case, the Hezbollah and Iran are not. Now, suspicion that one side or the other won't abide by the agreement is natural in this situation. But it seems that there will be something behind it. If Hezbollah doesn't agree to the ceasefire and they're negotiating, at the end of the day, what's the basis of any agreement as UN Security Council Resolution 1701, then it shows not only to Israel and the rest of the world, but mainly to the Lebanese people, that Hezbollah is more interested in continuing the conflict, not even seeing Israel withdrawing from Lebanon, because that's what keeps them relevant in Lebanese politics.
And do you think the Lebanese government has the ability to assert control over its security matters?
Sadly not. And I think what happened along the years, this is for decades, Hezbollah became too powerful within Lebanon, held by Iran, both financially and also militarily, supplying them weapons, including rockets and drones and the others, which is stronger than the Lebanese army. But I think the trick here is not to fall into this trap of the Hezbollah, because Israel, its usual modus operandi is to respond to things like this with huge force. This is actually the time to do the opposite and to work together with the Lebanese government, try to empower them together with other countries. The United States is the one that brokered and insisted on this fire, and rightly so. Countries like France, maybe other countries within the European Union, everyone that has influence, and try to help the Lebanese government to take more and more control and face Hezbollah. Because the minute that Israel responding by killing more civilians, raising more villages, it plays into the hands of the Hezbollah and play into the hands of Iran. And this direction should be reversed.
And more broadly, how does this latest development affect efforts to de-escalate tensions?
It makes it way more difficult, but also then it raises the question what Tehran is actually interested. Because on the one hand, Tehran says that any progress on negotiations towards more permanent ceasefire between the US and Iran, and by association or by extension with Israel, requires ceasefire in Lebanon. Now that there is a ceasefire deal on the table with Lebanon, it's both Iran and the Hezbollah rejects it, so then it raises major question whether Iran actually thinks, or the regime in Iran thinks, that they have the upper hand and any agreement is not good for them at that point, and they try to push and test the United States to the very limit. I think we are in a very, very dangerous watershed in what's going to happen next.
Thank you, Yossi. That is Yossi Mekelberg, Associate Fellow from Chatham House.